You are about to enter the Chrome Dome.
Welcome back, Chrome Domers. I'm Old Bald Guy here in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes again, and it's been an interesting week with the canceling of GAC last week and the reinstating this week and kicking it back off again on a weird day, so we're on match 2 on a Sunday. It's just been a very weird week. Not to mention we are, of course, the lowest GP in our group again, and we got absolutely trounced last match, and probably will so again today because it doesn't look any easier. It's just ugly out there today. But on the bright side, our account is moving forward. We have significant growth in most of our areas, and we are about to start our actual Supreme Leader Kylo Ren grind this week, most likely. So let's take a quick look at where we stand. So we gained almost 20,000, 17,000 in Toon GP and another 17,000 in ships for a total of 34,000, almost 34,000 in total GP gain. Our fleet is moving along very nicely. We were able to take second in fleet. We have been able to take first a couple of times, but for the most part, second is kind of our sweet spot. Without too much issue, we generally fall down to about 6 or so, but overall, it's pretty good. That 375 crystals really helps, and the nice thing is that even if we don't attack, oftentimes we're still top 5 if we get busy at work or whatever, and can get the 300 crystals. So that's super nice. From a farming standpoint, not a whole lot has changed. We are slowly farming First Order TIE Pilot. We are slowly farming First Order TIE Fighter, and slowly farming First Order Special Forces TIE Fighter. So we're moving along pretty well with all that. We finished Zam up to 7 stars, mostly by accident because we got some of the final shards we needed. Boba is right on the cusp of being 7 stars, and we are 1 shard away from Kylo's command shuttle being unlocked, which will actually give us the ability to do the finalizer event. We're not strong enough to do it right now because TIE Silencer's pilot is not good. Bosk is not good. Kylo is not good yet. Xanadu, none of these guys. The only one that's even remotely useful would be TIE Advanced, and he's not going to clear that by himself. So even though we'll be able to unlock it, it's certainly not a focus for us yet because we can't get very far with it. We need to get to the point where we can actually get farming on the crystals, the shards for it to get it up to 5 stars, and that does require a full 7 stars, which we're moving towards. So let's take a quick look here at where we stand in the ships. So as you can see, TIE Advance and Slave 1 are moving along very quickly. We're picking up a few shards here and there from the fleet store, coming along quite nicely. Houndstooth's all the way up to 5. Xanadu's almost at 5. Also farming Anakin out of the fleet nodes because he's a great ship, and he will allow me to go ahead and get the rest of the unlocks on the 2 light side capital ships, because right now I can't do the top tier of the challenges because of that. Malevolence is moving up fine, and as you can see here, Kylo is 1 shard away from being unlocked. Of course, I still don't have his pilot, one of his pilots. Which one do I not have? I think it's this one. Yeah, First Order Stormtrooper we don't have. We do have Phasma, and we do have OG Kylo, but they aren't very far into that. And one of the things that I am doing now in the fleet with Malevolence as my capital ship, I'm starting Hyena Bomber, Vulture Droid, and Sunfac. So I've spent less time on Spy and Soldier over here with their abilities, because Spy has a really nice ability here that when the Soldier gains stealth for turn 2, but since they're not coming in together, it's not really that big of a deal. And I went ahead and built up one of what I think is a great skill with my first 20 special thingamajiggers, whatever you want to call them, to pick up this. So lets him come back, and he's often the first target because he's kind of weak compared to the other two tanks that are there. So if he does get targeted, it'll be a replacement Vulture Droid, plus one will be summoned. So it's a pretty effective tool. But as you can see, now that we have unlocked the what are these things called? Shipability materials? Is that what they're called? I guess that's what they're called. Shipability material omegas. So we do get 6 a week from shipability materials here. We can also get them from contraband, which we can't do yet, and occasionally from fleet battles. But that was our first purchase of those. It's been quite a while getting to that point to get those up there. Everybody's waiting on them. But the nice thing about putting that on him, on the Vulture Droid, is it actually makes him stronger. So one thing about the pilotless ships is their stats are based solely on their level, their stars, and their abilities. So buying as many of the abilities as possible is a huge deal. And even though I've got his reinforcements, I bought them simply because it makes him stronger. So that's something to keep in mind when you're playing with the pilotless ships, is getting them stronger by purchasing their things. And we'll be purchasing quite a few for Hyena Bomber here, mainly to make him stronger. There's a couple of 5s here that I'll pick up quickly, and then this is a 15. Which is a really nice one because every time he gets called to assist, oh, so good. Anyways, so fleet's going great. Everything's going pretty well. We did get totally outclassed last match, and hopefully this next match will go better. But he did indeed blow through our defenses. He took 4 shots at Omicron Qui-Gon Jinn to get through, and still had enough to hold us off and full clearance. So the deep rosters do pay off at times. They just keep throwing them out there, and we don't have a deep roster. Oh, one other thing that I want to give a shout out to Intimidation for, his idea, and I totally think it's amazing, is I created farming squads. So these are the people in the order that I want to work on their abilities. These are the people in the order I want to work on their gear. These are the people in order that I want to work on leveling up and modding up. So it's nice because you don't have to have post-it notes everywhere, sticky notes or whatever. You can just come in here, do what you need to do, and get it done. So it actually works really well, and I really like it. And it's definitely something that I'm going to keep doing, because the problem that I have is if I go into my characters and I favorite them, well, why did I have Zion favorited? Who was I working on here? Who was I doing there? And I've got people favorited for farming. I've got people favorited for all kinds of different reasons. So that's, I think, a really great idea, and something that I would recommend other people steal and use as well. So with that, till next week, or actually until tomorrow, when we do GAC Round 2, OBG out.